February is Black History Month, of course, and we here at 10 TV are kicking off a month of special reports aimed at celebrating Black history in Central Ohio. So if you were asked to name the first African American to play modern American League Baseball, for most, there's no hesitation in saying Jackie Robison.
Yeah, but before him, there was another trailblazer on the football field who isn't well known but has roots right here in Central Ohio. Yes, before Jackie Robison, there was Bill Willis, a son of Columbus, a football legend. The sport of football, a game that is both mentally and physically challenging. Each play building character in the face of adversity.
You always do the best you can with what you have wherever you are.
Words of a Buckeye legend whose love for football helped shape the future of America's favorite sport.
Bill Willis was one of the finest persons you could ever meet.
Bill Willis was born in 1921 in a social climate starkly different than today. Racism was a disease that glaringly afflicted most of the country. In search of a better life, Willis's family was part of the Great Migration, leaving Georgia, settling in Columbus, Ohio. His father died shortly after. Bill and his siblings were raised by his mother and grandmother. He groomed his athletic skills at Columbus East High School, where he excelled in track and football.
He had tremendous speed off the ball. Once that ball was snapped, he was just as quick as a cat. He would be across that line.
Despite his talent and ability to outplay and outrun the best of his time, his skin color stood in the way of his dream of competing at a higher level. In the early 1940s, there were no black men in the National Football League, and only a few on the collegiate level.
Ohio State pretty well shunned away from black athletes coming into the football program, as did most other schools.
But that started to change in 1941 when OSU hired head football coach Paul Brown. Because of World War II, there was a shortage of male students on campus, but Brown managed to organize a team of about 40 players, adding Willis to the roster as a devastating blocker on offense and a punishing, relentless tackler on defense.
Paul Brown did not play Bill Willis because he thought he needed some black players just to be equal or something like that. He played Bill Willis because Bill Willis was the most capable player. Bill would turn out to be one of the finest players ever in the history of Ohio State football.
Willis became a two-time All-American in football at OSU and won a Big Ten title and national championship with the team. Willis knew a professional football career was unlikely when he graduated from Ohio State in 1945 due to an unwritten rule.
But it was the owner of what they call now the Washington football team, George Preston Marshall, who came up with this gentleman's agreement that they would not take any blacks into the football league as coaches or players.
Willis's dream was deferred, but not denied. The bond he created with Coach Paul Brown at OSU would lead to another opportunity, a chance to play in the All-American Conference with the newly formed Cleveland Browns. Brown remained a key ally even after Willis retired from the league.
What really brings a smile to my face is, the character that he exhibited, the man he was as a father, as a community servant, if you will, those kinds of things.
His passion led him to a leadership role at the Ohio Youth Commission, where he counseled troubled youth.
He realized that he had been given a task. He did not rest until it was done.
His work both on and off the football field paved the way for those rising in the ranks behind him.
He realized that blacks were on an uneven playing field, not only in sports, but in the community, in terms of the resources for community centers, for schools. And he was the type of person, if it's to be, it's up to me.
Willis is one of only 3 Ohio State football players to be enshrined in both the professional and college Hall of Fame. His OSU number of 99 was retired in 2007, just a few months before he died.